Shalom, all. Praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashmi Shai Bashmi Kakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the hopeful elect brothers that's preaching and prophesying the word of the Lord, and that's uplifting the name of Yahweh Bashmi Shai. And this is happening all over the world. Our brothers in the States, and then you have brothers, in the different countries of the world pushing the word of the Lord. Now, with this lesson, I'm gonna go into this recent news that came out, and this is from the New York Post. This is a website, the news website. It says, gay couple showed off picture perfect family gets 100 years in prison for horrific R word of adopted sons. And yeah, this is what these people do. They target our children, that are in need of a family, or that's in need of help. These weird and creepy, people. They adopt them, and then they have them as slaves. They have them as sex slaves, and they pass them around. They do all kind of wicked acts to them, and then those children grow up all messed up in the head, and they have all those demons on them from being done wrong by these evil people. And then when they grow up, they continue the cycle. And it's just crazy, this world we're living in. But yet, this is in the news. Edomite couple, which is not really a couple. It's just two mentally insane weirdos that have the spirit of sodomy on them. Just doing wickedness. Now let me get into it. Gay, let's stop saying that word. But a homo Georgia couple convicted of sickening sexual abuse. So it's sickening. They have to add on to it because these people are messed up in their heads. They have all type of spirits on them. That they have all type of perverse spirits on them, and they just do all kind of perverse things. Adopting children and assaulting and abusing them. A homo couple convicted of sickening sexual abuse of their two adopted sons will spend the rest of their lives behind bars. And yeah, this is in the news. If you want to go more into it, let me see if I get a picture of these two weirdos right here. And they look normal. They don't even look like they go that way, but yeah, these people are gone. And Edomites have a perverse spirit to begin with. Edomites are the wicked as a nation. They're the children of Satan, right? They already have a wicked demonic spirit to begin with, and then you add it on towards it, you know, they're filled up with even more demons, you know, to cause them to do this, you know, to their so-called adopted sons. But yeah, they're gonna serve 100 years, right? Let me get Hebrews 12:6. And yeah, they target, you know, they also they target our people. Like for example, like a movie like The Blind Side, you know, is a good example because they want to be seen as this, you know, hero. You know, they did wrong and now Jake is in a messed up state. Jake is in hell and they're in heaven. So they want to look like the hero, you know, so they go and adopt Jake, you know, or Israelite children, and then they turn them out. You know, they abuse them. In some in some um in some instances, they actually have them have them and treating them and working them as actual slaves. And I've seen that before. Not too recently, but Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16, Salakia. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Profane, you know, goes into something that's outside the temple. Or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So it says here that Esau is a profane person, right? Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So, you know, this man is the worst of the heathen. You know, you had the Hamites, you know, they started this homo thing, you know, because they were the Sodomites, you know, and the Gomorrites. Those are Hamites, you know, and they're the main ones, you know, that also started this whole witchcraft thing, you know. But Esau is even worse than Ham, right? And Esau, the man, sold his birthright, his given birthright, you know, his right of blessing from birth to his brother because he was hungry. You know, he sold it. You know, he could have waited, but he's like, nah, what is this birthright gonna do to me? You know, when I'm hungry, when I'm about to pass out, when I'm about to die. So all these so-called white people, these Edomites, stem from a person like that, and they have the same spirit, the same murderous, hateful, sodomitish, you know, devilish, lying, thieving spirit. They all have it. And they all have a hate towards Israel, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now, let me get to Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. It's a basic scripture, but very powerful in this instance. You know, it's a law, statutes, and commandments, the first 5 books of Moses. This is Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind. So this is the judgment for when a man and a man get together, right? And they do things that a man and a woman is supposed to do when they get together. You know, sleep with each other. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, you know, a great sin. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So for that act, the judgment for a man and a man coming together, you know, because that's a sin. The judgment for that sin is them, you know, being put to death. Their blood shall be upon them, meaning, you know, they're guilty of that, you know, so it won't be murder. It's a righteous thing, you know. There are when their lights get put out, it's justified by what? By the laws of the Most High, by one being Leviticus 20:13. Another one is in Romans, the first chapter, I believe. But yeah, these, you know, this is what these people do, and this is just like a smaller, like a small example of what goes on, you know, like in Hollywood and like with these Masons and these elites, because when you go all the way up to the top, they're never gonna get caught because they're in control of the whole earth, you know. These elites and these Mason and these top Hollywood people, they do this and they don't get caught. They do it in they do it for their rituals, you know, to their different gods and to Satan, because that's where they get their power from the left hand of the Most High. Now, Lakia, let me get abomination. Abomination, a thing that causes disgust or hatred. So it's something disgusting and hated. Like when you see you know, when you see a man and a man together walking down the street holding hands, you know, if you're in a right state of mind, you know, it just automatically make you want to, you know, feel disgust, hate. It makes you want to turn your head. It makes you want to look away. It makes you want to look down and cover your face because it's disgusting. That's what it is. Now let me look up profane. Let me just look up the etymology and go straight to the point. Is the etymology of profane: desecrate, treat holy things with interference. Now, it says to desecrate, render unholy, violate, from profanus, unholy, not consecrated. See, profane. And go back to the root word. Out in front of the temple, not admitted into the temple. From pro, before, forward, hence, in front of, before, phano, phanum, temple, outside of the temple. So profane means outside of the temple. Relating or devoted to that which is not sacred or biblical. So this man Esau is completely against the Most High. You know, the Lord stands for righteousness, and his people, supposed to be righteous, the Israelites. And Esau is a complete opposite. He stands for wickedness, right? And evil. All manner of wickedness and witchcraft and sorcery. Everything that the Lord says not to do, that's what Esau does. You know, starting with their elites, because they deal with Satan when you go high up. Those are banking families. They deal with the demons like directly. And from them, giving orders on down to these world leaders, they're transforming the world into a very dark place, into their kingdom of heaven, because in their kingdom of heaven, Satan rules. Anything demonic and satanic, anything outside the temple. For example, a man with a man, they made that legal. They want to force it down our throats. They want to have our drag queens teach our children, and that the parents can't do anything about it. They want to have they want to give rights to 5 and 6-year-olds and 10-year-olds to not ask their parents for sex change, and or hormone therapy. That's completely outside of the temple. And this is just a basic example, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. But further on down, this is the judgment for Esau and his wicked plans of turning everything upside down, right? Esau turning good into evil and evil into good. They want to turn liking children, having relationships with children, and having relationships with the same sex, and having relationships with animals and all that. Everything that the Lord said not to do, they're making it normal here through law. That's how wicked this man is and satanic. But let me close it off. That's why the Lord is going to judge this place. Take Esau out of power, because it's needed. Because this place is hell for the Israelites and heaven for Esau. Jude chapter 1 verse 7. This is the judgment of this place of Babylon the Great, and this is an example of why it's being judged. This is just like one of the wicked things that they're doing of Salakia, one of the reasons why the Most High is going to judge this place, besides many other reasons. Esau putting his people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in slavery, shedding their blood here, turning things upside down. GMOs, they want people to eat bugs. They want people to conform to the NWO. They want to have man with man, man with child, man with beast, woman with woman, woman with their pets. They want to tax you for everything. You can barely afford food. You can barely afford to pay rent, and they just want to take all your privacy away. Because they want to be gods. They want to be the Most High on earth. I was saying they don't want nobody to have privacy. That's gonna come in the MOTB. They want to have people of the world as 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 their chattel, as their cattle. They want to brand and mark everybody so they could take be aware of everything that you're doing, and so that they could control everything that you're doing. And if you go astray from what they tell you to do, they could turn your MOTB off, or they could put you to sleep through the MOTB. But yeah, this is the devil, and Yahushua is gonna destroy him and save the elect and deliver the elect from Babylon the Great, which is gonna be destroyed. Jude chapter 1 verse 7, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, because it wasn't just Sodom and Gomorrah that the Lord destroyed, that Yahweh Bashma Shai, used the angels to destroy. It wasn't just Sodom and Gomorrah. It was 5 cities. But these two are like the main main ones that's spoken about. They're the most wicked. Reminds you of America. America's gonna get the same judgment. Fire and brimstone. And fire and brimstone is gonna be the missiles, the modern day fire and brimstone. And the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh. Fornication, goes into adultery, right? Oh yeah, adultery. How could I forget? Adultery is spread so much in America. Adultery is spread through the music and everything around you. They have, they give these women liberty and freedom, to be free, which for them to be free is to be a whore and to get all types of diseases and have children and, be single mothers and then blame everybody else for their stupid mistakes. Over to fornication and going after strange flesh. What's the strange flesh? Right? A man being with a man, woman being with a woman, a man being with a pet or animal, a man being with a child, right? And going after strange flesh, which none of those things can bring life. A man being with an animal can't bring life. A man being with a child, can't bring life. And a man being with another man, it can't bring life. And the Most High, is a living power. So all that is outside the temple, go back to profane. It's wickedness. It's left-handed stuff. It's sinister. It's sin. And going after strange flesh are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. So what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah because of the wickedness that they were doing in the lands? They got destroyed by fire and brimstone. The same thing gonna happen here in Babylon the Great, which is America, suffering the vengeance from Yahweh Bashim Yashai of eternal fire. So all these people that's here in the land, they're gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, and that fire is gonna impact this place so much. The missile is gonna impact this place so much. It's gonna look like a lake of fire, and it's gonna burn for a while. However, the Most High wanted to burn. It could burn for a year. It could burn for 4 months. It It could burn for a couple of years, you know, because it's gonna be the judgment. And that's the end of the lesson. But be be aware. Be aware of the devil. And just stay faithful and always repent. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.